You can almost hear the collective gasp the moment the bomb dropped. Kim Menzies, quiet, unseen, sneaking out of the 90-day Fiancé crossfire, suddenly at the center of a wild rumor storm. One day, fans are zoning out watching reruns, and the next, word spreads, she's either pregnant at 52 or moving into a palace someone just dropped nearly $1 million on. No soft launches here, either. This is the kind of leak that shoots an entire fandom wide awake, every comment section catching fire, everybody demanding answers. How did this happen while nobody was watching? It's almost too perfect, the way she vanished. Remember Kim's arc before all this? The nights of cringe overlong texting Usman from the other side of the world, her hope gone wrong on camera, those awkward couch moments on Pillow Talk. Her whole reality TV story got carved out of heartbreak, public embarrassment, and internet judgment. Every time she opened her DMs or checked her socials, you could almost feel the secondhand embarrassment. Then suddenly, nothing but silence. Her feed dries up, her gossip value supposedly at zero, and fans mentally mark her as retired from drama. Then it happens. The headlines hit, and they don't just whisper. These are cannon blasts. Kim was hidden in plain sight, but while nobody was looking, she was building an off-radar romance with Wayne. This 55-year-old Brit nobody on the outside had even begun to suspect. Not only that, but there's a rumor of a baby on the way, and Wayne didn't go the flower bouquet route. He apparently bought her a house with so many zeros fans started to Google, what does a 800,000 house even look like? You think you know reality TV twists, and then you're staring at a woman who spent her last public arc swearing off heartbreak and babies, suddenly dealing with both. Who could see it coming? Most people banked on her never risking the headlines again. Show producers and longtime followers watched her fade into her close circle, bonding with her grown-up son Jamal, keeping everything off camera for almost a year. No suspicious photo ops, no hotel tip-offs, no blurry phone camera leaks. Kim made every previous breakup look messy and obvious. This time, she's stunned by being invisible, building something real when everyone had counted her out. Now, this is where things flip, because everyone's first reaction is pure shock. The joy is everywhere in her IG comments, but in the shadows you can feel the nervous questions starting. Jamal is the first wall anyone will have to pass. He watched his mom's heart get stomped on more times than anyone would ever want to count, and his loyalty has always been his loudest trait. Would he really step aside and let all these secrets flood out without a fight? And if he doesn't, what's the cost when a family built for TV collides with a kind of truth that doesn't care about edits or plot twists? The answer's coming, but the next question burns harder. What else is Kim hiding, now that she's shown the world the first page of her new chapter? Kim and Wayne's so-called love story didn't start with roses or a reality TV camera cruise. It started with late-night video calls, passwords instead of pet names, and flights booked under false names. Both had been burned in public before, so they skipped the chocolate box beginnings and jumped into a pact of invisibility. This was a couple allergic to the spotlight, yet every move seemed riskier than the last. You can almost picture the scene: Kim sneaking through airport terminals, sunglasses the size of satellite dishes, and Wayne trailing behind with a hat pulled low. Even their coffee dates read more like secret handoffs in a spy thriller than the first flush of romance. Keeping things private didn't come easy. The longer they kept the relationship off social media, the heavier the pressure became. Most fans had stopped guessing. She was supposed to be healing or working on herself, not living a double life with a new British partner. But each late-night message, each coded text, each deleted call log left Kim carrying the kind of weight no one sees in a filtered photo. Their whole world shrank to luxury hotel rooms, behind closed doors where no one but the two of them could see the cracks or the smiles that didn't leave a digital trace. For Kim, secrecy was never about plotting a twist for TV. It was armor. Every season before, she let people sit in judgment while she stumbled through one relationship disaster after another. The heartbreaks, the age gap jokes, her own son's worry, each time it made her shell up a little more. So, Kim and Wayne made a private rule: no soft launch, no teases, nothing for clicks. For once, she wanted something real, something that could breathe without being shredded by commenters who think they know her better than she knows herself. But hiding has its price. At first, their need for privacy brought them closer, sharpened the bond, and gave both a sense of control they never got from TLC. That thrill didn't last. Human brains aren't built to juggle that much paranoia for months on end. Every whisper on set or sideways glance during a doctor's visit was a chance for the secret to slip. Even little gestures turned suspicious. One careless tip, and suddenly a whole narrative could spin out on Reddit overnight. Wayne played along, at least to start. He saw firsthand how badly the spotlight could burn, especially with Kim's track record of public messes. But soon, the hiding game started feeling like a slow suffocation. The relationship evolved into a pressure cooker, the secret slowly boiling toward a spill that no amount of NDAs or disguises could contain. So how long does a secret survive when every fan, every blogger, every TV editor is trained to sniff out drama? Kim had proven she could keep her heart locked up, but the world she left behind never stopped prying. And now rumors about the baby and the house started leaking, making shrinking their circle impossible. The same strategy that protected them from trolls now became its own prison. Their truth was one accidental Instagram slip away from chaos, and both knew it. As pressure built, there was always one question that pounded louder. What would happen if everything got out? And would a single misstep bring the whole thing crashing down? Because out in the wild, the first sly hints of a new man or a pregnancy can go from rumor to trending topic in minutes. What Kim didn't realize is that the safest secrets are only safe until someone decides to cash in, or until the story finds a way to right itself without her. And it's at this point the first cracks begin to show, where everyone's patience runs thin, and one rumor threatens not just their romance, but Kim's shot at real happiness. Everything finally blew the moment Kim confirmed what everyone secretly wanted to believe, but no one fully expected. With a swipe and a tap, she posted a photo beaming beside Wayne, sparkling ring on her finger, set against the kind of backdrop you only see in glossy property brochures. Fans didn't even have time to process the engagement news before whispers about a baby and luxury mansion crashed the party. Instead of congratulations, her comments filled with confusion, then suspicion. Was this for real, or a last-minute plot grenade dropped for the cameras? Is Kim pregnant at her age? Or is this another TLC spin? The drama felt extra spicy because no one could tell what was real anymore, not even the most diehard fans. Online, factions formed in record time. The stands raced to celebrate her new happiness and roasted anyone who doubted the story. Supporters cheered. Let her have her joy. She earned it after being everyone's punching bag for years. But the skeptics rolled deep too, flooding every thread with receipts, timelines, math, and memes. Some called the house a publicity stunt. Others picked apart the pregnancy story, connecting dots from old interviews, and accused TLC of staging the whole saga for ratings. Reddit nearly caught fire with wild theories about secret contracts, fake relationships, and whether Wayne was there for love or just the headline payday. Every so-called leak from behind the scenes set off another round of back and forth, with Kim's fans and haters battling it out. In the middle of this circus, Jamal's silence became deafening. Every fan wanted to know how he'd respond. With his history of gatekeeping his mother's happiness, a single word from him could have set the record straight, or wrecked the romance on live TV. Would he trust Kim's gut this time, or step in to protect her, like every season before? Some supporters hoped for a mature olive branch, others were ready for another showdown, the kind only 90 Day delivers. It wasn't just Kim and Wayne's future at stake, her whole family dynamic was on edge. When the internet picked up on the money involved, it only intensified the skepticism. That house was more expensive than most people's lifelong dreams, and then TLC, hardly known for generosity, threw in a cash gift for the wedding. Instantly, everyone started connecting the dots, looking for hidden motives. Was this TLC investing in their next headline couple, or was someone buying love, or at least a storyline? Each update sent fans spiraling further. Half cheered Kim's luck, seeing it as long overdue justice after years of heartbreak. The rest asked if she could really trust any man who comes on this strong, this fast, waving a checkbook and promises. Even her own supporters started second-guessing. Jokes about gold digging and reality contract marriages floated everywhere, fueling a bigger question. Could anyone keep up a secret this big, this expensive, without something going off the rails? The line between reality and reality TV felt thinner than ever. Yet for every critic picking apart her timeline, there were dozens of voices shouting that maybe, after all this, she deserved a win for once. But no one expected what happened when Kim made her next move. The internet braced for another post, more drama, but what she did next had every jaw on the floor and forced even her harshest critics to look twice, wondering if there was more to the story than anyone guessed. The moment Kim knew she couldn't hide any longer came late, one of those nights when secrets feel heavier and every confession feels like a risk. Kim sat across from Jamal with her heart pounding, trying to read his face, wondering if she'd see disappointment or relief. She had rehearsed what to say for days, but no speech can soften the blow after months of silence. Would he see her as independent, chasing happiness, or would he feel betrayed, left out of the most crucial chapter of her life so far? Jamal has always been more than her son. He's been her biggest protector, her best friend, and the person who's watched her walk through storm after storm on national television. Now she was asking him to accept not just Wayne, but a new sibling and a whole new family blueprint. It's easy to celebrate with strangers online. Telling your only child face-to-face you are about to change everything is another story. She broke the news gently, starting with how much Wayne meant to her. The hesitation in her voice made it obvious how important Jamal's reaction was. She told him about the pregnancy, about the privacy, about the house she'd only ever pictured in her daydreams, and about the pressure that came with holding this secret together. Jamal listened, his expression hard to read, maybe because he felt every emotion twice. Anyone who's seen them together on screen would know, their bond runs deep, but nothing puts a strain on family like secrets turned into headlines. Jamal paused a long time before answering. He dug for the right words the way only someone who's seen his parent heartbroken on TV would. Was this another mistake Kim would regret, or the one shot she had at building real happiness? For fans, these questions played out in real time. Could any son hear all this and not feel worried, even protective? Or is there a point where you want your parent to take the risky leap, if only for the hope of something better? Every move in this saga has been about risk. Kim stood to gain the family she's craved since her first botched TLC romance, but she could have lost her son's trust forever. There's nothing in reality TV that prepares you for the look in someone's eyes when they hear you hid that much. Across the internet, fans split into camps again. Some said Jamal would forgive her instantly. He's always rooted for her to win, after years of being the internet's punchline. Others braced for a big blowout, predicting that the wounds from past betrayals would be too raw for an easy comeback. Behind the emotional drama loomed the money talk nobody could pretend not to see. That house, the wedding budget, the mystery gifts, suddenly everything was recalculated not in feelings but in dollar signs. Was Wayne's generosity real love or a sophisticated move to secure this relationship with perks only a few reality faces ever see? And was Kim ready to trust it, with so much money on the table? Even Jamal, who's always been quick with a side eye for anyone approaching his mother in flashy shoes or a rental car, needed proof that this wasn't just a showman's pitch. But Kim's relief was short-lived. The story didn't go quiet. Each time the initial joy started to build, another twist from the rumor mill knocked the air out of the celebration. Social media didn't wait to weigh in. 1 second, viewers posted crying face emojis and heart reactions to Kim's happiness. The next, they tore through her IG pics looking for clues, starting wild threads about Wayne's motives and the speed of it all. There were whispers that Wayne was in it for the green card, accusations of TLC scripting the bombshell pregnancy, and speculation that the house was more PR than passion. Some of the wildest fan theories were almost too much to ignore. Was Wayne actually as rich as shown, or was he fronting with TLC's help? Warning bells from past seasons echoed as commentators recycled their favorite lines about age gaps, trust issues, and quick marriages, a pattern as old as the franchise. Yet for every hater, a dozen fans jumped in to cheer Kim on, saying she deserved every bit of joy coming her way after surviving the show's emotional roller coaster seasons. With every battle in the comment sections, Kim's story began to change. The haters focused on behavior, questioning why anyone would keep something this big hidden for so long, asking if real love needs that much secrecy, or if trust can survive another test after a lifetime of public disappointment. Supporters countered by roasting the keyboard relationship experts, pointing out that Kim built her happiness out of years of pain no fan page could ever fully understand. Arguments raged over whether this romance was too fast, Kim's loyalty too dangerous, or if Wayne's commitment was suspect. Each new reveal seemed to flip the script again. Old TV clips were dissected for hidden clues. Kim's friends and family started trending, too, as viewers tried to piece together who knew what, when. Even Jamal's measured response set off endless talk about boundaries, trust, and what it means to build a blended family after years of loss. Yet the biggest twist was how Kim handled it all. Instead of crumbling under the scrutiny, she leaned into the spotlight. She opened up more than anyone expected, going public about the hardest parts of her health struggles and reminding everyone she was still standing after every rumor, every heartbreak, and every breakup. She made it clear that pain isn't always visible and that wounds from old relationships don't disappear in a new romance, something anyone with family drama can relate to, no matter how much or little they care about reality TV. But as the date for the wedding drew closer, nobody could shake the feeling that one final twist was still waiting in the wings. Sparks were about to fly, and the next chapter promised to be the wildest of all, with everyone bracing for either redemption or another round of drama that would leave viewers and cast scrambling to pick up the pieces. The question on everyone's mind: was Kim about to find true peace at last, or was she stepping into another storm that no amount of hope or money could calm? What started with whispers in five-star hotel hallways now moved into public declarations. Kim and Wayne went from private flights and secret rendezvous to making wedding plans nobody could ignore. News about the big day turned everything into high gear. No confusion on the guest list this time. Close friends, tight security, and family ready to celebrate, all far away from bright lights and sharp tongues. Every arrangement, from the gourmet catering to the endless flower walls, seemed like Kim's attempt to create a bubble where joy could finally take root and not be trampled by internet speculation or franchise interference. For the first time, she let herself believe a new beginning was possible, even in front of millions. But with every step toward the altar, there was something tense beneath the surface. Kim's fans were excited, her critics relentless. Comments ran wild about the money spent, the quick timeline, and whether this story even belonged in a show known for heartbreak. People cheered the idea of a woman finally landing her dream ending, yet others waited for the tiniest crack. Nobody forgot her bumpy ride through failed relationships or the endless memes about her choices. The louder the support grew around her, the louder the skepticism echoed, with followers dissecting every public update, searching for signs of trouble or another clue that this new life couldn't last. As the wedding excitement built, another wave swept through the fandom. Kim's health rumors started up again. It happened suddenly. She disappeared from social media, and whispers began about hospital visits and possible complications. Screenshots of old IG stories were swapped around. Some fans pointed to her smiling and dancing with her new family. Others connected the dots about canceled public appearances and tighter circles. The fear that something more serious could be brewing replaced the simple question of whether the wedding would happen. People started scouring for any update, pushing aside drama for genuine concern. Even Jamal, who's always been front and center, posted a message about praying for his mother and hoping for her recovery. The thread switched from skepticism to solidarity, everyone pausing to remember that real life and real pain don't wait for TV schedules or online rumors. Kim's honesty about her health threw yet another wrench into the wedding narrative. Within days, she clarified the news herself. Yes, she did surgery, and yes, recovery would take time, but she wasn't about to let the trolls or trolls in disguise steal her peace. Her classic resilience shined through the update. She thanked her family, her son, and even her loyal followers for standing by her, showing that even as speculation flies, her core supporters are always ready to rally. It was a real moment, and it pulled everyone out of gossip mode for at least a breath, highlighting how easy it is to forget the human story behind all the public drama. Still, nothing ever stays simple for long in this world. Before the wedding could finally go ahead, a fresh batch of rumors popped up online about split-ups, contract drama, and whether Wayne and Kim had quietly broken things off, or if TLC was holding news for a last-minute ratings boost. Some sources claimed heated arguments changed the whole plan. Others swore it was all smooth sailing, with Kim recovering and ready for her fairy tale. The most outspoken doubters even accused the show of scripting the health drama to cover for real relationship problems, and the comment wars raged harder than ever. At this point, nobody could keep straight what was real and what was reality TV's version of real, but every detail kept everyone glued to their screens and dying to see the next twist. Every callback, every payoff, now mattered more. Kim's past patterns, those old feelings of not quite believing in her own story, bled into the way she handled each crisis. She posted more careful updates, showing gratitude for every voice wishing her well, even the doubters. Wayne made a point to stay visible as her supporter, less a mystery and more an invested partner, ready to prove the cynics wrong, whether the cameras were rolling or not. Jamal played peacemaker and confidant, standing by his mother as she navigated the emotional highs of planning a wedding and the lows of feeling her body slow down. The public's memory stretched back to all the heartbreaks before, the tearful confessions, the reality TV edits that sometimes made her look desperate or out of control. But for every painful moment that played out in front of millions, Kim now stood a little taller. She didn't erase the mess that led her here. She embraced it, using every past mistake as fuel for the final act. Her willingness to show fear and strength together made the story more than a fairy tale or a scandal. It became a real fight for happiness, the kind everyone hopes for when things get messy in their own lives, even if most don't have to do it with a comment section tracking their every move. If viewers thought the wedding would bring perfect closure, they were left waiting. Shots of the ceremony hit social feeds, Jamal by her side, Wayne holding her hand, both families blending in a scene that looked straight out of a Hollywood rewrite. TLC made good on their promise, dropping $15,000 to make the day unforgettable and signaling that, scripted or not, Kim's chapter wasn't over yet. But even as fans celebrated, a creeping sense of unfinished business lingered. Was this happiness built on solid ground? Or was it as fragile as the reality TV stories that collapse before the credits ever roll? The biggest lesson woven through every beat remained the same. No matter how public your mistakes or how fierce the judgment, it's possible to chase happiness and face your critics head-on. The show's best moments were always the ones that blurred the line between on-camera drama and off-camera heart. Kim, for better or worse, had become the example. She risked it all, pride, privacy, even her relationship with her son, on the hope that something real would come out of the chaos. So now, as the credits on this chapter roll and fans scramble to guess what's next, the big questions linger. Did Kim bet everything on another mistake, or did she find the love story that finally outlasts the cameras? Will Jamal's approval hold if the next headline brings more chaos, or is this tight-knit family finally ready to put old wounds behind them? Will Wayne prove the world wrong and make the case for second-chance romance, or will familiar patterns threaten to flip the script yet again? While the world debates, scrolls, and speculates, the only thing that's certain is that every secret finds its time, and every happy ending is only happy until the next wrinkle. If you think this was the peak, you might want to hang on because the next chapter isn't far behind. Kim's story is far from finished, and you won't believe who's showing up next. Get ready. What comes after the vows is where the real fireworks begin.